Hi, I'm John and welcome to my channel. Today I will make the unboxing and review of the multifunction sander from Parkside. This is a RAM from Lidl. In my channel I have a few reviews from Parkside. I already have the review of this cordless drill, this soft glue gun and a few others reviews. If you want to see, subscribe to the channel. And I'm also making this table saw, and I have the construction video on my channel. So let's start with the multifunction sander. In this review, don't forget I have subtitles in various languages, see if you like it, and you can correct it if you want. This multifunction sander is a 3-in-1 because it can hold 3 types of sanding paper. The rectangular one, this pointing one, and this round. In the box brings the sander, this filter that you can connect over here. You can adapt also this so you can plug the vacuum directly. The package also brings this sands. It has 2 for each adapter, and in all is a 80 and a 240. This sand is with Velcro, so it's easy to apply. You can use Velcro sanding paper. This one has this also, so you can vacuum while sanding, but you can use also without the holes, but vacuum will not be an option. On this orbital you can use Velcro sanding paper or normal one. If you release this, you can apply the sanding paper and clamp it, so you won't need the Velcro kind. It doesn't make a lot of noise, so I think it will be a good sander. It's very light and ergonomic. I think it was a good acquisition to my shop. So let's see how we can change this plate. You will need a Phillips screwdriver and unscrew these 4 screws. And you just pull it out. This plate has these 4 rubber pins on it. You have 4 more on this bag that are for using on this triangular one. These 2 are vibrating plates. This round one is eccentric, and to mount it you won't need the rubber pins. Align with the screw holes. So this round one is eccentric. It will rotate to send the surface. For the triangular one is the same procedure, but the rubber pins, only difference is the rubber pins that prevent the sander from rotating. And it will be the same. Insert the rubber pins and align the rotating head so you can apply the screws. So this sanding papers are these holes, so you can vacuum while you are sanding the surface. So this multifunction has 6 speeds, from 1 to 5 and max. This sander comes with this filter that you can apply to the vacuum connector. It has this deposit and this filter. It has this paper filter that you can remove to clean it. It's easy to remove, but you need to be careful so you don't break anything. But I think for this sander the ideal is to use the vacuum. So my filter will go to the box and probably stay there forever. Now it's time for test a bit of this. I will test this 2 plates only because this one, the only difference is to this one is the ridge corners. Let's start with this one. Probably I won't use this as much as this one. So let's mount it. This is the eccentric. I won't advise you to use power tools on this task because you can damage the head of the sander. I will test with the 80 grain size. You should align the holes on the sanding paper with the holes on the plate if you want to use the vacuum. I will test this sander on my table saw. This is all from a screw that I used to reinforce the table, and I covered it with the dust and glue. This one works well, and the dust collection is amazing. I don't see any dust on the board. Let's try without the vacuum. Now without the vacuum, I already see a lot of dust over here and on the back of the sander. Now let's try the orbital one. I'll change it. Every time you want to remove the plate, you need to remove the sand. You can see on the center you have a bit of dust, but on the sides it's clean. The head of the sander seems clean. So I don't know if you can see, but there is a arrow here to indicate the front of the plate. This plate will be the one that I use almost all the time, and the fact that I don't have to buy welcome sheets, it's a good thing. Let's see how this goes. If you want to use the vacuum, you should always try to fit the holes perfectly. It works well, but The only problem here is that sanding paper. I don't think it's the best quality. As you can see, the vacuum works well. My advice, if you buy this one, is to buy quality sanding paper. This is the end of the review. If you want to see anything more on this kind of Parkside reviews, please leave a comment below. Subscribe so you can get notifications of the coming up reviews.